What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be covering the SoFi stock. I am more excited than ever to get you guys prepared for that Q4 earnings because I think going off of the SoFi's fundamentals and where they are headed inside of 2025, this is going to be another breakout quarter for the SoFi stock, just like we seen in Q3, where the stock, sold off after the Q3 earnings around $10 and then bounce back, to $15 to $16. Okay, a $6 boost off of one single earnings report. Well, good news is this Q4 is going to be a bigger blowout than the Q3 earnings. And guys, there's something even bigger that's going to be happening, I believe, inside of 2025. After years and years of investment into what SoFi likes to call the AWS of fintech, trying to copy Amazon's, web service. This is the Galileo Technisys platform that they have been, building and migrating, to one single company that they can sell to other legacy banks. And guys, I believe we are going to be getting some massive news inside of 2025. So after years and years of SoFi working extremely hard behind the scenes in these RFP stages, we know that they've been working in a proof of concept with a top 10 legacy bank financial institution. And I believe they are going to be dropping that news inside of 2025. Guys, this is the home run we've been waiting for, okay? This has taken years and years to get to this stage. And when they drop the news, this stock is going to soar to all-time highs in an instant. I believe once this news breaks out and people catch on to what SoFi has been building in the back end, the stock is going to surge over $45 and management's going to clip those bonuses in a matter of no time at all, because this will prove that the digital shift is finally going to happen, and these legacy banks that have been, acquiring billions and $1 billion of fees. You've seen it with Wells Fargo. These guys were making up fake accounts, got a $3 billion fine, 5,000 employees fired because these guys cannot keep up, with the innovation, okay? That's what SoFi is here to do. SoFi is giving them the chance to stay alive, stay in the game by selling their services to these legacy banks who have, outdated, cores, no product innovation, and billions of dollars and non-effective, costs that they keep acquiring every single quarter, and things continue to get more expensive and they continue to become slower, rolling out new product variations. And now SoFi is here to copy Amazon's exact business model of AWS, and now they're going to be doing that for the legacy banking sector. Guys, I think the big whale is coming. A lot of people are, I see in the comments, just thinking this is a fintech company. SoFi has solid growth. People don't know how big this is truly going to be. And I'm telling you right now, SoFi is finally clearing the mountain. We are about to land that whale, and the news is going to be absolutely insane. So we're going to be covering for you the behind the scenes of what SoFi is doing. What type of, price targets could we get to in just a couple of years if SoFi continues to execute and lands these deals. And guys, I'm telling you right now, this stock is going to be a life-changing stock, okay? I'm not saying you got to hold it for 20 years. I'm not saying you got to hold it for 10 years. But man, if you can just hold out for the next 5 years, everything is going to come together all at once. And SoFi, who has already been dominating, in the regular banking sector on its own, just acquiring members. So we're going to break everything down for you just to see how massive that this could potentially be. And once again, guys, I believe we are really close to reality of getting that whale landed and that announcement made. And that's going to get your stock running into that fairy tale land. And that's what we've been waiting for. So be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you updated daily. Let's get into it. All right, guys. And for anybody new, to the SoFi company, a lot of new people are following the channel. Understand SoFi has 3 segments. That's lending, financial services, and the technology platform. Galileo is the technology platform. And that sector has been the most underperforming sector, over the past 2 years, okay? Just, growth has become stagnant in this higher interest rate environment. A lot of companies have pulled back on growth, but they do power 160 million accounts globally. But you guys need to see on what this company has become behind the scenes. Now they have a product that they can take to market with, end-to-end, all the services needed. You guys can see the solutions: banking, B2B payments, growth and activation, cryptocurrency, investing, products, cards, deposits, payment and transfers, credit and lending, data analytics, conversational AI, platform, cloud infrastructure, API technology, banking core. Guys, you need to understand that this is an end-to-end solution for these legacy banks to acquire and continue to grow once again, adapt to the new products that hit the market, being able to innovate in an instant, on a cloud-based system, guys. This is what SoFi is bringing to the market now. They own all the technology with Galileo and Technisys, guys. That's the banking core that is going to allow these companies to innovate faster and faster. So you need to realize this is a company that SoFi acquired, and they've been building, on top of it for the past 4 years. They acquired it in April 2020, so we can call it, 4 years solid. They acquired Galileo for 1.2 billion. Now, I want you guys to see how big this could truly become if they do start landing these deals. Amazon Web Service was launched in spring of 2006, okay? Amazon created the AWS to provide more accessible and cost-effective ways for businesses and individuals to access IT infrastructure. The exact same thing SoFi is doing, okay? They're creating a differentiated product, and they are selling that product to other companies to create, that, fee-based revenue, and also help other companies grow. So the faster those companies grow, the faster SoFi will grow. So it's a win-win for the entire legacy banking sector as a whole. But SoFi has been the company, to invest these, $2 to $3 billion on top of 3 acquisitions to get this thing going, on top of another $1 billion in investments, guys. It's been a spending spree, but everything is going to pay off pretty soon, I believe. Fast forward from 2006, 18 years later, Amazon has grown this business from $0 to $110 billion in annualized revenue is what they predict they're going to hit at 2024 once it ends. So 0 to 110 billion. We're not going to go that crazy, guys, and predict 18 years out. I know a lot of you guys might get bored with that, but I want you guys to see what this can truly become in the next 5 years. You can see the AWS sector of Amazon generated $5 billion in 2014 to go from 0 to literally 5 billion from 2006 to 2014. It took them about 9 years. Okay, SoFi right now is nowhere near that. Of course, they are at about $400 million. But look at the valuation that Amazon was getting in 2014 when they hit those numbers, guys. The company was trading anywhere from 140 to 160 billion dollars inside of 2014. Amazon, of course, fast forward the entire 18 years, 2.4 trillion market cap. The 2024 AWS was $110 billion in analyzed revenue run rate. They're getting a 20 times sales multiple for AWS right now with 19% growth. Go back to 2014, 150 billion market cap on Amazon, $5.4 billion in revenue for 2014. They were getting 27x sales, almost 30 times sales on 49% growth. So it took Amazon 9 years to go from 0 to $5.4 billion in the AWS sector. This is the exact same thing that SoFi is trying to do right now. And it took them 18 years to go from 0 to 110 billion. Well, right now, we know that SoFi acquired Galileo inside of 2020. And you can see the revenue right now on a run rate is about $410 million with 14% growth. So we're nowhere near this $5 billion revenue run rate right now. So I believe a lot of things are going to change in the next 5 years because they've invested so much money. It's now time to bring the product to scale to the market. So of course, if we scrap the other business segments that aren't really getting any premium right now, which is the lending segment, and of course, the financial services is growing like wildfire. That barely gets a premium as well. But let's just assume, Galileo in the future could hit that $5 billion in revenue. I mean, guys, if we put a 20 times sales multiple on that, if we're growing around 30% in the future, I mean, this is going to be $100, worth of premium at $1 billion outstanding shares. You're talking a market cap of $106 billion. So this is the segment that SoFi wants to grow the largest and believes it has the most potential. But as of right now, we have to go to the market and prove that in our numbers, and we haven't quite proved that yet. But once again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I believe a deal is coming inside of 2025, and I'm going to show you that right now. All right, guys, look at this, guys. October 2023, going back, over a year ago, I believe this is Crystal Point, and right now we're in RFP stages with a number of large financial institutions. We've actually won a regional bank deal. So they were winning small regional bank deals and probably in RFP stages with around, 5 to 10 companies. And the RFP stage is basically, a different phrase that involves a request for proposal process, which typically includes identifying needs, defining product scope, drafting the RFP document, distributing it to potential vendors, receiving proposals, evaluating responses. So you guys get the point, okay? This is the beginning stages. So this is companies coming to SoFi, asking, what different products that SoFi offers. SoFi, showing them what they offer. The company showing, where they're lacking and stuff like that. Just putting it all together. That's the RFP stage. Now, going back 10 months ago, we know that CFO Crystal Point has said on a UBS Fireside Chat, we did a large proof of concept with a top 5 U.S. bank. We know who the top 5 U.S. banks are right now. That's JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citi, and someone else. So guys, we know that someone has actually been using the entire Galileo Technisys product, on their platform right now. Now, I believe by going off of, what these analysts are talking about, because we got a lot of legacy bank analysts covering the SoFi stock, there's just no way some of these companies could be working with SoFi with the level of, disrespect they're getting, on their, 2025, 2026 guidance and stuff like that. So we have, JP Morgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and you guys, of course, on Tevis's Fund of Investing voted for Citigroup at 51%. And I believe it's not JP Morgan. I believe it's not Bank of America. So that does narrow it down to potentially Citigroup, Wells Fargo. Then, of course, you have another company that could step in at top 5. So, guys, take a look at this. This is called companiesmarketcap.com. Awesome website. But it shows you also categories, for these specific companies. And you can see Citi right here has, 2 categories, banks and financial services. You can see Wells Fargo has banks and financial services. You can see PNC Bank. This is another top 10. Has banks and financial services. You can see Charles Schwab, banks and financial services. US Bank, banks and financial services. And then here we go, guys. SoFi, financial services, banks, and then tech and internet, because it is fully digital online banking company. And the tech is the Galileo Technisys platform, the software that they are selling to other companies, guys. This is a software company. This is a technology company. This is a cybersecurity company. This is an AI company. I mean, the list goes on. Everything is backed into this one specific platform. And we know that a top 5 has been actually using the product, for the past year, year and a half or so, okay? So if a deal gets announced, this makes the AWS of fintech story finally come to life. And we could potentially be getting into those numbers over the next couple of years that Amazon hit, where you saw the market cap jump, to 150 billion market cap when they clipped 5 billion in revenue, and then 2.4 trillion when they clipped 110 billion in revenue. Okay, so this is what we're waiting on. Okay, the story has not played out yet. Okay, we're looking at about 14% growth this year, completely flat. It looks like a lot of deals are in the process. Okay, this is what is going to cause SoFi to be, the number one, digital company in America if this goes through. Okay, they are going to be the gold standard where companies are going to be forced to have to, because of regulations, the fines that these companies are acquiring and stuff like that. It's not just Wells Fargo, it's also Citi. These guys are getting hit with $100 million, fines, and SoFi is going to be there to get their cost structure in line, to get their innovation in line, their product adoption, everything on a digital cloud core. This is it, guys. This is what SoFi has been building the past 4 years, and I'm betting on Anthony Noto to seal the deal with these deals. And this is what I'm betting on, okay? A lot of guys are betting in the short term, 6 months, a year out. I understand it. This takes a little bit of time, but this is where you can create generational wealth on the SoFi company. And even if I do trim some stock in the future, if we hit the $45 bonus, you got to let this bad boy ride for a decade, because this is where the future is at. This is where, wealth creation is going to be happening, and I'm very excited. And you guys can see now what SoFi is trying to accomplish. And guys, I put this out on my Twitter. I mean, I think a massive, massive deal could be on the horizon. Once again, a big announcement, because look at this, guys. SoFi is hiring 37 engineers right now. This was 2 months ago. What are they building in the lab, guys? Look at this, okay? Not only engineering, just look at the other, IT, information security, finance, data. Guys, engineering, 37 openings. You are not just a lender, hiring 37 engineers. Bank lenders don't do stuff like that. Something huge is being migrated right now and needs, this many engineers to get this story up and running, to get everything in line, probably for a massive migration that's happening right now. I think a deal is going to get announced. And if it does, the AWS of fintech story is finally alive once again. And growth, I think, could see, 30% for the next 5 years or so. And that's where we get closer and closer to that Amazon story, that AWS of fintech. So you guys can see SoFi's doing something behind the scenes. This is their hiring 2 months ago, and they filled a lot of these positions. All right, guys, and this is a very important segment that Anthony Noto covered on CNBC. CNBC, they did call Anthony Noto out on basically, the tech platform being very, very slower growth. And we can see what Anthony Noto and SoFi is doing right now. They're trying to combine financial services and the tech platform overall revenue and revenue growth to cover and shield the slower growth inside of the Galileo technology platform, which is completely fine right now. I believe he'll split it up again if the growth continues to accelerate in the back half of 2025, 2026, 2027. So you can see Anthony Noto is going to explain what's going on right now with these, large financial institutions that they're working with. Are they losing deals? Are they closing deals? But you can see pretty much where they called that segment out for being a little bit slower growth because most of the revenues come from lending.
Low capital is really the hallmark, the foundation for the transition. You've talked about 2024 being a transitional year and 2025 being the year in which you got the wind at your back, so to speak, with a lot of things going right for the business. When it comes to the nuances of the 2024 guidance raised, though, Anthony, a lot of that was driven by lending, which is not the low capital part of the business. And technology, that guidance on the platform came down for a second consecutive quarter. Can you talk to us about where you see that trajectory going as you go into that 2025 year that so many people had so much expectations for?
Sure. So the lending business grew 14% year over year in the quarter, which was a little bit above expectations. The thing that outperformed was the loan platform business, which is in our financial services sector. We also saw an acceleration in growth in the technology platform. So if you combine the technology platform revenue with the financial services segment platform revenue, that totaled about $238 million in the financial services piece and over $100 million on the technology piece. Combined, that grew 64% year over year, which is what drove the acceleration of 30% because lending only grew 14%. We've increased our outlook for the year because of strength across the entire business. We lowered the bottom ends of the tech platform revenue range primarily because our partners and potential partners have been slow to make decisions given the uncertainty with the election, the uncertainty with the economy next year, and they're delaying decisions. And we just wanted to be somewhat more cautious in that area. We're very encouraged about the demand that we see for new technology services. It's just taking longer for those deals to be decided. It's not that we're losing the deals, it's just they're not been decided, and we think we'll win our fair share.
All right, guys, you heard it right there. Did exactly what I was talking about. We're seeing financial services grow over 100%, technology platform 14%, and they combined it to get you that 60% growth. Okay, but in reality, we know that the Galileo tech platform has been slower growth, and you can see exactly why they lowered the guidance because the deals were not closing because these big companies are waiting for elections. A lot of uncertainty around Fed rate cuts and stuff like that. Well, as of right now, guys, the elections are over as of filming this video, and also the Fed gave their 2025 guidance on 2 rate cuts and stuff like that. So these guys can make decisions, and these deals can finalize. So I think 2025 we're gonna get a massive deal announced because SoFi has been working behind the scenes, invested probably over $3 billion on acquisitions and investments. This is it, guys. This is what we've been waiting for. And I think they're going to be able to scale this business over the next 5 years pretty easily. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this video for you. Once again, guys, I'm very excited in the short term for SoFi. Literally, Q4 earnings is like 40 days away. We're going to blow that earnings out of the water because lending is full throttle right now. Financial services is full throttle right now. And the Galileo tech platform, of course, has the most potential upside that the analysts are not even talking about right now. I mean, this segment of the business has been completely brushed off through absolutely nothing. So if this segment does take off, like you've seen what SoFi wants to do and what they've been doing in the back end, proof of concept, RFP stages, this is it, guys, okay? They only need to land one, and then they're going to likely land 2, 3, 4 other legacy bank institutions. Once again, I do not believe it's JP Morgan, and I do not believe it's Bank of America, so that can narrow down your decisions on who you believe it's going to be, but most likely it could be Citi right now and some of the other companies we listed. None of these companies have taken the 3 to 4 years to build out this platform that took billions of dollars in investments. A lot of them just wanted to continue to do their normal legacy banking infrastructure and regular, lending segments that they do. And this is it, guys. This is where they can allow these other companies to come back to life and continue to grow for the next decade. And SoFi is going to get that, automatic fee-based revenue every single transaction, that, software as a service revenue. That's what we're looking for. It's going to get us a fintech hybrid multiple out of this world. Once again, be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you updated daily. Hope you have a great day.